part 3 and the final part to my labor and delivery story with my 5th baby at home. And this was not expected at all. And then now we're at March 8th, and this was Friday. It was, I think, 12:07 a.m. is when I wasn't feeling the urge to push, which was interesting for me because with baby Cheese, my body was naturally pushing by itself. I didn't have to do anything. Once a contraction was coming, my body was pushing on its own, and that happens a lot. But there are some scenarios where your body doesn't push on its own, but I was feeling an immense amount of pressure. Every time a contraction would hit, the pain was at 100. This time around, the contractions never let up. It still felt like I was in transition. So I was very confused. I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be pushing or if I'm still in transition. I had no idea. My body wasn't telling me at this point. But I just had decided whenever I felt a contraction and then all of that pressure, I would start to push. I would feel, because I wanted to see if there was a head or any type of progress. And there was something, and I kept saying, like, I don't know what that is. And at that point, I was like, I'm not making any progress. Like, I was feeling kind of like defeated because I was in so much pain and feeling so much pressure all at once, and I felt like nothing was happening. Mind you, pushing was 15 minutes for me. So it really wasn't that long, but in that moment, I was like, nothing is happening. Baby is not coming. I feel something. I don't know what it is. What is happening? My midwife was behind me. And you can hear, I have it on video, and I also have my photographer, so we'll see what that video looks like. But she's behind, and she goes, we have a breech baby. And in my state, if your baby is breached during a home birth, they have to remove you from the water. And pretty much overall, the plan is to call an ambulance, because sometimes baby does get stuck, or there's situations where there's a harder time getting the baby out. They do not deliver breech baby. So had my appointment gone where baby was breached, because we did check, I would have been sent to the hospital and they would have done a C-section. So it was kind of like a quick move panic mode, like, okay, baby is breached. She saw feet, and then she in the video was like, okay, we're gonna get out, and I said out, like responding like out, like yeah, out, but I meant the baby is out, not I'm getting out. The last push, I felt the urge to push, and that was because it was baby's head. And finally my body was like, oh, okay, baby's head, because baby wasn't facing the right direction. Baby came out feet first instead of head first. Baby came out immediately after all that happened, and I grabbed baby out of the water. They started crying. They were perfectly fine. I'm not sure if baby flipped after my appointment or when my water had been broken. I never felt baby flip. No clue when that happened. I had a very healthy delivery at home, and they have delivered breech babies before. It's just they're technically not allowed to unless it's a surprise, and baby surprised us all and was breech. I've never had a breech baby. That was a first for me. Did not tear. I did not need stitches. Delivered the placenta on time. Baby did not need oxygen. Baby was not showing signs of being breached for very long. Baby's hips were looking great. They looked baby over. Everything was perfect. But I did end up having a breech home birth. Baby was born in the water. Still, everything went exactly to plan, the way I wanted it to. Everything went well, and I'm very thankful. Baby's doing amazing, and we're doing great.